Welcome back to Got No Control podcast. I'm your host, RONEK. Before I introduce my special guest today, I want to invite you guys to head over to gotnocontrol.com, check out our official merchandise. We just dropped our exclusive Got No Control New Era cap made by the best in the game, New Era, so make sure to check that out. Limited edition. Also, check out our membership on YouTube for as low as $3.99 a month. Take advantage of all the special features, get monthly packages, see episodes before everybody else, get followed back on social media, and so much more. So don't miss out. My second episode on Ozempic. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I'm not on Ozempic, guys. I've seen the comments. I'm not taking no drugs. I'm not on nothing. I just been going to the gym, working out, boxing. You know, health is life. With that being said, I want to introduce my friend and my special guest, West Coast icon, B-Boy Iceman.
What's up?
You know, this episode is very important to me because, you know, you're my friend and I appreciate your friendship. And you're from the Harbor area. I'm from the Harbor area. And, you know, I don't think like the Harbor area gets spoken about a lot. So I think today is going to be a good conversation. And I want to dive into your history and your inspiring story. Where is Iceman originally from?
I grew up in Wilmington, California, right across the street from Banning High School. I moved there like 1981 from Long Beach. And I moved there, and when I moved from Long Beach, it was totally different because in Long Beach, it's mostly black and, Asian people. In Wilmington, it's all white people riding cruisers and skateboards and like, well, look at this. People are riding skateboards and scooters. And we need a skateboard, and we need a cruiser to ride around to fit in, And then the first night I was there Friday, I heard people coming down the street honking. Why are you guys honking? I was a Banning game, and Banning lost to Carson, and Carson would come by and number one, and they talk smack to the people. We lived in France, so we hear it every Friday night after a game. That's the only thing about moving in front of Banning. When you lose, you hear it, but when you win, you can hear, Banning number one, B-House, and Carson has what someone was walking by, like, F Banning is number one. I get smacking, like, man, they're crazy. That's starting to trouble over here. And this has been happening for 20 years, so we moved into where I was already happening. So,
what year was this that you moved to Wilmington?
I moved there like 81.
81.
Yeah.
So like in 81 is predominantly like Caucasians?
Yeah.
Okay. Because now, I mean, you go to Wilmington now.
Oh, that's Hispanic.
It's pura raza.
Yeah, it's Hispanic now. It's all Hispanic, yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, because when I moved there, I couldn't go to the west side, and I didn't know I couldn't go there because they hated the east side. And I didn't know about that kind of stuff because I wasn't into gangs.
Gotcha.
But I used to dance, so I can go to the west side and dance with the west side because they accepted me. That's got a break, so he could show us. They just want to see me dance, so I can go kick it with them and go back to the east and kick it with them. And then they said I was one or the other. I can get on with everybody, so I used to dance. So they want to see me dance, so I just dance with everybody.
So when you got to Wilmington, you were how old?
I was like 11.
11.
Third grade.
So preteen.
Yeah.
So you kind of like started discovering yourself
Yeah.
in Wilmington.
Yeah.
So Wilmington.
I graduated 6th grade, but back, they didn't work 6th grade no more, but 6th grade, I graduated 6th grade at Freeze Avenue Elementary School in Wilmington.
On Freeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the last time they had 6th graders. Now they have 6th grade no more.
You know what's crazy about Freeze? You spell it F-R-I-E-S.
Fries.
So I always thought it was fries.
Yeah, they spell it fries.
But people are like, no, homie, it's Freeze.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my bad, it's freezing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
going to Banning, that's when I learned. And did you go to Banning?
Yeah, I went to Banning too. I live right across the street.
How was Banning in the 80s?
Banning was predominantly black.
Okay.
Black and Samoans.
In the 80s?
Yeah, in the 80s, yeah.
So it was very minimal Latinos?
Yeah.
Okay. Dope. So I wanted to dive a little bit into how did you start discovering who Iceman was going to be at a preteen age?
When I went to Wilmington, the first time I went to Wilmington, I almost got in 3 fights. First day of school, second day of school, and fools were trying to, where you from for? Like, I'm from nowhere, man. Like, they thought I was from Broad Avenue. They called me a bear. You Broad Avenue Bear? That's the name of the Broad Avenue Bears. Their parents in Freeze called Aztecs. So they had a rivalry between the schools. Like, man, it's just a school, man. What's up with that? Then later on, that fool became my best friend. Like, not though, but he died later, but he became my best friend.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He lived right in the corner, so that whole block was his, and the school was his too. Like, he owned the whole thing. It was like the bully of the whole block. But, I had to fight dudes to get along with them, and he's cool, you know what I'm saying?
So it was kind of like you had a fist fight.
You got to be down to get along with people, because if you didn't, he's a punk, beat him up, everyone want to take advantage of you.
Gotcha.
Especially in Wilmington, you know what I'm saying?
The 80s was such a different era, though.
Yeah,
you think about it, too. Fast forward to 2026, it's like we're going in, right now we're into like a time machine and we're going all the way back to the 80s.
Yeah.
It's a very different time. adapting to your new surrounding, which was Wilmington. At what point do you start discovering hip hop?
Um, this guy in my shirt is my neighbor. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know, he came jumped on my yard one day. I was sitting on the porch and he came and jumped on my yard. He says, "Mike, look at this is breaking." He started flipping around like, "What you doing, man? That's ugly." That's he sucked. He really sucked.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do. That sucks. And then I went to a quinceañera a week later in Harbor City. I seen someone spin on his back and do a spin in footwork. And then a priest says, "That's what he was trying to do. That's what it's supposed to look like. He was doing it, but he sucked. But that's what he was trying to do."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I want to do what he's doing because he did it right." But he did it. I didn't like it. But when I seen someone guy, I started trying to do it. I started practicing. I go to another place. I went to Carson. I went to like Uncle Jam's Army in Carson. I went to like Scottsdale. We'll break over there. Scott Park. And every park in Carson, they used to break. We used to go to all the parks. Infinity Club in Long Beach. We used to go there every Friday. It's a teen club. We used to go break and pop every Friday and Saturday.
What's the name of the teen club?
It's called Club Infinity. Now it's just Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle.
Club Infinity.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's right there in Second Street. It's called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle now. So
the Roscoe Chickens and Waffles.
They used to be the baddest teen club in the 80s.
In the 80s.
My aunts went there before I went there.
Oh, wow.
In the 70s, and I went there in the 80s.
In the 70s?
Yeah, when it was called Noah's Ark. And then I went there in the 80s and it was called Infinity.
Okay.
It's been around for a long time. And they had 3 rooms: a new wave room, hip hop room, and a funk room.
So prior to you hitting all these events and shows, right, to b-boy and breakdance, is that what you guys would call it early on, b-boying? Did you know the terminology?
No, we didn't even know it was called breaking or b-boying, or we didn't know that. We just called it breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
We didn't know anything, We didn't know what a b-boy was or a b-girl.
And this was introduced to you by your neighbor, which is no longer with us, that came over to your house, and it was like
doing footwork in my front yard on the grass, like trying to spin around like he was a b-boy.
And that's where they caught your attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't like because he sucked.
Gotcha.
I said, "No, that's ugly. I don't want to do that." Like, he looked horrible because and I went to a quinceañera and I seen a guy do it where he was actually spinning, and then he got in a freeze and did. That's what he was trying to do.
Gotcha.
And then I started seeing other people do it more and more, and I started, let me practice. I liked it, and I started practicing, and I started getting it.
To your knowledge in the harbor, right? What are some of the very early like breakdancers or b-boys that were around that kind of influenced you to discover your style?
Everybody that influenced me wasn't from Wilmington,
Okay.
except for the Samoans that lived in Carson. They were the Boya tribe.
The Booyah tribe.
Yeah, they were the Boy tribe. And they used to throw big events in Carson. Uncle John's Army and all that back in the days. We used to go to their place and have big old sessions inside. Every Saturday, it'd be like all from Scottsdale, Carson, Harbor City, Long Beach, Torrance. They all would go there, and you see everybody from all over. You see like Oz Rock guys, maybe New York. Dudes from all over L.A. Come down. The best of the guys, the crutch from breaking would be there. The guys, all the best would be there. So I see dudes that were really bad. Oh, these are bad.
Yeah.
So I started seeing them more, and I started practicing. But it was nobody from Wilmington that inspired me except for my neighbor, but he wasn't that good.
Gotcha. At what point do you start doing more research? Like, what is this? I want to be part of this. I want to identify with this. I want to figure out who's the best of the best. Like, at what point do you start doing that?
Like 82, I started seeing like more dudes from New York, like on videos and stuff like that. And I would travel like to Long Beach and see people in Long Beach doing it. Because back then it was mostly popping and locking. It was no breaking.
In the West Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because West Coast was mostly pop. I used to lock before I used to break.
Okay.
And then I used to pop. But I grew up in Wilmington with little Coco from breaking and Diane, and I couldn't beat a girl. So like, you can't beat a girl, get out of here, fool, you suck. So they would tell you, don't be dancing, you can't beat that girl, fool, get out of here.
Yeah.
And then you can't even beat the little boy, so don't be popping, fool, they can turn you out. Like, get out of here, you suck.
Is there a difference between popping and locking, or they're both the same thing?
No, popping and locking is different.
Okay.
Locking is made by Don Campbell from LA. It's a locking dance what Rewan used to do on What's Happening. It's all hand gestures, splits, donkey kicks, a lot of stuff. And popping is mostly standing up doing robot waves and lying on the floor.
Okay, gotcha.
Standing up dance.
Gotcha.
But that came after locking.
You say you started seeing a lot of people from New York in videos, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what videos these were?
I've seen That's Incredible. They showed all the New York City breakers. And I seen when they danced for the president, when they did a show and they all came out in spandex tights. I seen that. I like that, And I'd go out, I see people copying them wearing, and I go to Venice Beach, you see people dancing there too. They come from New York,
You being there for the early stages of hip hop entering the West Coast.
Yeah.
Did you kind of have to figure out and identify what your apparel was going to be like? Did you have to like this is hip hop rather than this is cholo type thing, or no?
Yeah. Well, we used to look up to the lockers because we didn't have b-boys. We used to wear baggies with the bandanas with Converse. That was a West Coast style. People don't know that. Now everybody wears Adidas with fat lace because that's the East Coast style.
Yeah.
So they figured that out, but we didn't know that in the 70s because it was only lockers used to dance in LA. They were the best guys around the lockers, So everybody wanted to dress like them with bandanas, with baggies, with stripes on the side, striped socks,
And for those who don't know, you're from the era where you had to carry a boom box
Yeah, yeah.
to have portable sound coming out while
And
you're
and cardboard.
and a cardboard.
Yeah.
It's not like you had like a little Bluetooth speaker that you could just
Yeah.
carry around
Yeah.
type thing. You
Yeah.
had the big old boom box
Yeah.
and the cardboard on the floor, right?
Yeah.
How was it in your surroundings though? Like, being in Wilmington, I know you say you traveled to like Carson, Long Beach,
Yeah. Yeah.
but your surroundings as far as hip hop, were they accepting it? Like, was hip hop like hip type thing or no?
My mom didn't really never like it because we moved from Long Beach and she seen all the gangsters because like they used to come to my house and they were like just like cholos want to break
Hmm.
and they were wearing Dickies and Dickie shirts, and when you put the old English letters in the back of your shirt with your crew, it was iron-ons back then, so you didn't have like you can go put anything down. Back then it was old English letters, so that was gang writing.
Also, the only thing available was old
Old
English.
English writing until
Okay.
now everything's here is different. But back then you only could put old English. You had to iron 'em on and put it on your back and get your name with old English letters.
And kind of put like your
Every time you were a cholo or a gang member because you wore the same kind of letters they had on.
Gotcha. The name Iceman. How did you discover that? How did that become your identity?
I was watching the guys from New York, and all of them guys were named like Icy Ice, Kid Nice. So my first name was Kid Ice.
Okay.
But then I got older. I can't be Kid Ice at 25 years old. Fool, Kid no more fool. So I changed it to Iceman. I got like
Gotcha.
25. I turned into Iceman.
Okay.
You know,
You being out here in the harbor, right, and discovering, popping and locking, but still not knowing what breaking is at the point.
yeah.
How are you identifying the music? Like, how do you define what popping and locking music was to now this is breaking and hip hop music?
Well, in those days, all the music was the same. There was no difference between the music. If you could dance, you danced to whatever they put on. You couldn't go to a DJ and say, "Hey, man, I don't like that song." They said, "Get out of the club." The DJ was a man. If you mess with the DJ, you get out of the club.
Gotcha.
Nowadays, kids say, "I can't hear that." I mean, the DJ. We used to get in with the DJ clubs. I used to create a records, and I got it with the DJ. Now I'm the b-boy, but they're the people because they're the one throwing the party. No DJ, there's no party. You gotta respect them, and they used to always play funk music, new wave. We had to dance to whatever they put on. So until we heard there was break beats in New York, and they came in the later 80s after Beat Street, they came with the break beats, but we didn't know what that was until like 84. From 70, 79 to like 83, it was all just West Coast music. Whatever they put on, we had to dance to.
So is it fair to say there was already a movement here in the West Coast prior to the East Coast influence?
Yeah, there was already a funk styles in LA. People were already dancing, doing funk styles, popping, locking.
Like Sapp and Roger type stuff, or
Yeah.
Okay,
Roger, hard hitting bass, hit to hit,
gotcha,
like more gangster music. You go to the backyard party and they'd be dancing, but they'd be popping too. I went
gotcha.
to a party in Long Beach one time and there was a bunch of cholos and some dude took off his jacket and he was like a zoot suit. And he started pop with the wife beater on. I said, "What's that dude doing?" And I didn't know it was called popping until like 5 years later. And I said, "Oh, he was popping." But I know it was called popping till later. I seen the guy doing that. He was doing that in that backyard of my aunt's house. But he was popping. He was a Mexican dude.
Oh
And
wow,
I didn't know it was called popping until I seen it later. And now that was called popping.
gotcha.
So I used to pop and lock before I used to break because that was a West Coast thing. Until I seen breaking, then I got into that later. But in '82. But
Was B Street a big influence on how you discovered what the East Coast influence?
B Street only influenced us on the dress code with the Pumas and the Puma suits and the fat laces and all that. But those fools out there already doing that with the bomber jackets, with the gazelles, with the Kangos. They already had, people were doing that. But we had to go find those guys that were like we go to this guy that he's a b-boy just like New York, and we had to go find him. Then we see his moves. Oh, he could do that one move, the one-legged windmill or something. We copy him because we didn't have YouTube back then to copy him. We had to watch him.
The beauty of pre-net, huh? Not having
Yeah.
internet, having
Now,
to
see,
really-
now everything is here.
yeah,
They can go on YouTube and watch and rewind it. Like 1980, what year are we in now?
2026.
That's an old move, but we were doing that in 1982. This is 2000. That's an old move too. And people are just you're doing an old move, but that's an old move. And they go,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're right." And I said, people are doing it in 1976 in New York, so that's an old move. That was futuristic stuff, and they're still doing that now. So
Was it hard to find this like new East Coast influence apparel like the Pumas with the laces and all that stuff? Was it hard to get out here?
no, you can go to the swap meets and everybody was selling them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, so it was already being imported
Yeah,
in here.
they were just expensive. You know what I'm saying? But I would wear Converse. I didn't wear Adidas or Pumas till after Beach Street. I used to
Gotcha.
wear Converse or the karate slippers.
What are those?
Those are the kung fu shoes.
Oh, okay,
With
gotcha.
the straps. We used to break in if they were light. You could do fast footwork, and people used to wear those with the baggies. So it looked like you were lighter and faster. You thought you could do faster footwork and faster windmills. And thought you were like faster because they were lighter, but they were just karate shoes. And everybody used to watch karate every Saturday and get up and want to go break and do karate. That's what it was. So all that was involved. Everything was like around all the karate and breaking. And the shoes and all that was part of the culture.
Aside of your neighbor, did you have other peers that were into like b-boying as well, or was it just you?
I did it. Then I made my own crew.
Okay,
Then I recruited guys that weren't that good because I had guys that wanted a break, but the other crew they wanted me to be with them, but they didn't want my friends to be with them. And I said, nah, man, I want them to be with. Nah, they can't be. They're not good enough. So that's hating, man. How you can let my friends dance with you because they only want me because I'm good?
gotcha.
So I didn't like that. So I made my own crew with them. I made them better, and we ended up beating them guys later.
What was the name of the crew?
The crew that was they were called Unique Street Rockers from there from the west side of Wilmington.
Unique,
Unique Street Rockers.
unique street
Of St.
rockers.
Louis kiosks. They had a backyard with tile and mirrors and all like the whole little like setup was nice, you know.
This is in the west side of
Yeah,
Wilmington.
west side of Wilmington, yeah. Everybody used to go to the house and break because they had the best setup and they had the best music and they would wear the fat laces. They had everything like hooked up. They were like really dope.
So Iceman was the sensei to the.
But I was in front of Banning, so they said I was from the east side. But bro, I didn't know about no east side or west side. I was just lived in Wilmington. I didn't know
Yeah.
about what side. I just danced for the whole Wilmington. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care about whatever side you say I'm from. You know, I was representing Wilmington, not the east side or west. I was representing the Wilmington.
But was there altercation to where like you would end up in the west side and they were kind of like, oh look, that's the east side kid over there.
No.
It was always love.
When dancing was in, everybody wanted to see you dance. They weren't even gangbang. Even the gangbangers wanted to see you dance.
Okay.
Oh, that's it for the pop block. Let me see pop block, dog. And you could just get a pass and walk to the neighborhood and you see you dance. Okay, that's that do for the dances.
And you said the name was United Street Rockers.
Unique Street
Oh,
Rockers.
Unique Street
Yeah,
Rockers.
from the west side, yeah.
Unique Street Rockers. Are they still around right now?
No, they're all done. But I got videos of them. Jose and Luis Kios.
Okay.
I got videos of them. I can show them to you.
Um, and they're the ones that got you to, in my opinion, the biggest b-boy battle in the harbor. They're the ones that got you to battle Baby New York.
Yeah, yeah.
And that happened in, you said it was on Avalon?
On Avalon and PCH, right across the street from Banning High School, where the renter centers at. It used to be Pop and Taco, and it used to be an empty gas station. We used to go there every night and break.
Yeah.
People would drive by, oh, they're breaking, and they pull over. Who's the best? And they want that's how you battle people.
So Baby New York ends up at Poppin' Taco on Avalon and PCH.
Yeah.
And he's trying to battle the best guy around.
He walks in, there's a circle where people are dancing, he's messing around, and who's the best one? And everybody got scared, nah. And the guy over there, Mike's the best. And they all pointed me out, even the homeboys, hey, Mike, you better get him, fool. You better show him what's up, Wilmington, fool. You know, there's a gangster around telling you, better get him, fool. You show him this. I'm right, now this is Wilmington, fool. We must get him.
You better represent Wilma's right.
I said, that's okay, I'm down. I just moved there. I'm down to represent, you know. Even though I lost to him, but I represented, you know what I'm saying? We became friends later, so that was cool, you know what I'm saying?
And you know the name Baby New York? A lot of people don't remember him or recognize the name. What can you tell us about Baby New York from those experiences, being his friend and meeting him?
Baby Nigga was the first guy I seen that looked like a drawing, like a character. He'd come with a bomber jacket, gold chain, Kangos, and a Kango hat, and fat laces, jeans with his name on the side of Baby Nigga, graffiti on his shoes, and his Pumas fat laces, all be butted up, you know, like, you know. He looked intimidating, like crazy. What is this guy, man? Is this really real how he dressed? Like, you know, then we started copying him how he dressed. Fat laces, jeans, you know, the fat buckle with his name on it, with the buckle with his name, Baby New York on it, you know,
Yeah.
gold chain with his name on it, you know, with the Kango.
And you say he's the first guy you see do windmills on cement?
He's the first guy that I ever battled that did women's on cement, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. So this guy was like the real deal back then.
He was from New York, so they used to probably dance on cement over there. They didn't have cardboard, you know, before they had cardboard, they used to probably dance on cement, you know what I'm saying?
And he lived in Wilmington as well?
No, he lived in Paramount.
Oh, in Paramount.
He met the guys from the west side because they wanted him to join their crew too. So they were looking for the best people to join their crew to be the best.
Gotcha.
And I didn't want to join their crew because they didn't want to let my friends be in it. So now I ain't gonna be in your crew. You ain't let my friends in. You know?
What was the name of that crew?
Unique Street Rockers.
Okay, Unique Street Rockers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they brought him to battle me because they were scared to battle me.
Oh.
They could have battled me, but they lived in Wilmington. They never wanted to battle me. You know? But they brought him, so I battled him.
I really think it's great how you guys were able to, you know, acknowledge Baby New York and kind of be like, I like how he wears his stuff. I want to wear it like that, and be no hate. It was nothing but love and respect.
Yeah, because we were biting, but you know, back then we didn't know it was called biting either.
Yeah.
But you know, you see something you like, you want to copy it. It doesn't matter if you're dancing, you see a move, and you watch it enough times, it's gonna come out when you're dancing because that's just the way it is. You're gonna bite. It's a photogenic memory. You're just gonna take it. You know.
What about breaking felt like that was your identity? Like you could have done anything else, but why breaking?
I used to play football and basketball and baseball and all that. And I used to go swimming at the pool and I used to do flips on the diving board and do flips and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I liked breaking because it was kind of like, I wanted to do karate, but I was never into karate. But I liked the flipping and the jumping and, you know, the challenge because it was hard. It wasn't easy. And in those days, You would find a move, and you had to wait another 3 months for another move to come in. Oh, there's the move called the one-legged swipe. What is that? We gotta go to Torrance to find the guy that does it. We go to Torrance. Oh, that's the guy that's the one-legged swipe. And we had a guy in our crew copy him. We all had to copy him, copy that move. Like now, everything's here. Back then, we had to go find it every 6 months. I'll go to Mexicali from Wilmington, and come back in 6 months, and go back and I take new moves over there.
Oh,
Like, oh, you brought a new move because they were just still coming in. And they were still coming in on the move. So, every time I went to make it, I bring a new move. Oh, you got a new move? No, it just came into LA, but it's from New York. But they're coming slowly.
so the only way to adapt a new move was from learning it from
Go
somebody.
find somebody who was doing it.
It's not like today where you could just go to YouTube and be like, how to do a windmill.
Yeah, and it shows you all, because everything's here now. But back then, it wasn't like that.
Wow. So it was a lot of footwork.
And that's why New York didn't want to bring, because they wanted nobody to copy them, because they wanted to have their own original moves. That's why they didn't want to do movies, but they say, oh, we're getting paid this much money. Okay, we'll do it for the money. They didn't care if it was money. They would say, okay, we'll do it.
That guy from Breaking is from Wilmington, right?
Yeah, Boogaloo Shrimp, Turbo.
Boogaloo Shrimp. He's from, I believe, Ghost Town?
He's from the east side.
From the east
Yeah,
side.
his brother's from the east side gang, but he, rest in peace, Coco, he died.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Did you guys connect at any point? Or
Yeah,
did you guys battle or
Yeah,
anything?
I used to go to Boulevard with them every Friday night. We used to dance. I used to break and he used to pop. We used to make money.
Oh, wow.
Me and Mandel Coco.
Really?
Yeah, we used to drive to the Hollywood Boulevard every Friday night and just go there, dance all night, and go to Tommy's, eat burgers, and go home after.
All the way from Wilmington, you guys would go to Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Where did the idea from that come from? Like, how did you go from I'm in Wilmington, I want to go to Hollywood Boulevard?
Fools used to dance. So the Dominoes used to dance the dominoes.
The Dominoes.
They're all poppers. Yeah, they used to dance. All Kid Tough, rest in peace. They were like 6 dudes. They're all from the projects from LA, but they used to pop on the boulevard, make money for anybody. They had used to be a bank there back in the days. Now it's all different. There's no bank no more. Be one spot where they used to only breakers could break right there and poppers, but you had to wait for them to finish so you could dance. Because if you came and they were there, this is our spot, get out of here. And that was our spot.
Gotcha.
And now you go to Hollywood, there's like 5 different spots you could dance on all the boulevard, but there was only one spot back then. And that was the Domino's one. When they took their break, you had to dance for their spot.
Oh, so you and Boogaloo Shrimp go way back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how was it like seeing a close friend put on for Breaking? Like, because he got put onto the movie Breaking.
Yeah.
How was that experience for
The
you?
first thing we saw him on was American Music Awards, 1984,
Okay.
with Lionel Richie. And when my brothers watched it, we're like, oh, and now our friends saying, look, that's Boogaloo Shrimp, he's on TV, fool. And then Taco was on there, Papa Taco was on there, rest in peace, he was on there too.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And we said, oh, look, they're on TV on American Music Awards. That was the first time we ever seen street dancing on TV, like a big time. But everybody's watching, your mom's watching, your sister's watching it. And they're popping, like, oh, down there popping, like, that's crazy. First time we ever seen it was that on that show, America's Music Awards.
And little Coco, how did you guys connect with him?
Coco lived in Wilmington. He lived in the project on the west side.
Oh, he's from Wilmington.
He lived on the west side of the projects, yeah. But it's not there no more. He lived in the projects on the west side. And Shrimp lived on the east side. And there was a girl named Diane. Her dad was dating Coco's mom. And she was his babysitter. She used to pop. And her name's Queen Boogaloo. And she used to take care of Coco when the mom went out with the dad. And she used to take him to Shrimp's house and they used to practice popping. And he learned how to pop from both of them.
Small world, huh?
Yeah. Everybody thinks Shrimp was his teacher because he came out of break. But Diane was in the movie. But she was taught him how to pop. She was the baddest female back in the days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the girl I couldn't beat either. So I couldn't say I was a popper because I couldn't beat her.
Diane.
Yeah, Queen Boogaloo, yeah.
Queen Boogaloo.
She was a straight waterfont pirate blood gangster,
From Wilmington, too. From Wilmas.
She used to pop in the corner by the liquor store popping, selling dope. For real. And we're like, why is she running? The cops, can she run? And then she come back and she'd be like popping in the corner, like, But she used to pop all day long. We're like, what's a girl popping over there? And she had braids, red rag, and she was a blood. So, I didn't know what a blood was. 'Cause I grew up in Long Beach, it was mostly Crips.
Gotcha.
But in Wilmington, there's a little bit of Bloods. But in Pedro, Harbor all Crips, Carson, mostly you're surrounded by Crips. It's all Crips. Bloods is really small. So you go to Compton, but Wilmington had like East Side Pain in Ghost Town and Waterfront Pyro in the West Side.
Is Diane still along with us? Is she still here?
Yeah. She lives in the project in San Pedro.
Okay.
I brought her back like 7-8 months ago. She got hooked on drugs. When you sell drugs, you're gonna go to jail, get arrested, or you're gonna get hooked on it. She got hooked on it.
Gotcha.
So for a long time, she was messed up on that stuff. And I seen her, and I said, hey, you back? I told her, bring her to Long Beach, to Homeland, where I teach at. And she came, and I said, hey, I need you to put you out there. I know who you are, because they always heard my story about you already. They said, we want to interview you. So they started interviewing, and she said, oh, she got the fire. She wanted to practice again. She started feeling good about herself. And I said, see, you need to get that girl, because you're somebody, Your story needs to be told. They need to know who you are, because they already know you, but they don't really know you. They just heard my story.
You're a queen regardless.
Yeah, you're somebody that needs to be recognized, you know what I'm saying? So she came to my park, and people started interviewing her and talking to her. She got invited to Radio Tron, was on the flyer. Even Shrimp went to the Radio Tron and said, what are you doing here? He got jealous of her, like, what the hell? And Hex almost got a fight with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was like, why are you sweating me? And he's like, man, what are you doing here? Like, instead of being happy, say, hey, are you made it over here? That you good? You an Iceman here? We're all from Wilmington. We're on the same flyer. We're at the same place. And he's like, nah, I'm blue shrimp. I belong on top. Like, get out of here, man. You know?
It's nothing but love and respect.
Yeah, well, I was happy for her. She was happy, and our friends came, but he was like jealous and like, what are you doing here?
I believe there was a theater across the street from I think it's Scottsdale. There's a theater right there.
Yeah, it was Carson Twin.
Carson Twin.
Yeah.
Did you get to be with there?
We used to go to Big John's across the street where they had that Big John's, Uncle John's Army used to happen.
Okay.
There's a Samoan Hall. We used to go on Friday and Saturday, and my mom would go there on Sunday to play bingo. The Samoans that were doing the break-in on Sunday would be the security. It was crazy. The same Samoans, one of the Wheel tribe.
Because Ice-T performed at Carson Twin.
Yeah. And at the radio at the what you call it too, at the Uncle John's Army with Egyptian Lover and all them, Benjamin Prince and all them. They all started right there. They used to go there and DJ all the time.
Damn, so you got to see them when they were early, fresh.
But I didn't know who they were. Now they grew up, I know who they are now. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know you from back there. Oh, you were there, so they know I was there, so they could say, "Oh, you're cool that you were there." You know?
Did you get to go to that VIP record store in Carson?
No.
I think it was over there by what is now the Home Depot Center, I believe, because I met the owner. He said it was there.
Oh yeah. You're talking about yeah.
So
right off by Maine on Sepulveda.
How did you start like figuring out like, okay, there's this around me, right? But how do you start branching out? Because I know you say you would go to Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
But from there, were you branching out to other parts of LA to B-boy, or how did that go about?
Yeah, we would go with like I didn't drive, so my friend Angel would take us in his car. We go to LA, we go to house parties. That'd be food breaking backyard parties, They have cardboard, they'd be breaking, and dudes would just jump on the floor and start breaking, They said, get out there, Mike, go show them what's up. But every time I came and they said, where you from? Wilmington, they want to fight with us. If this is our neighborhood, you don't belong over here,
Yeah.
Because we were better than them. They get mad, like, these fools are from Wilmington, you don't belong here. And then we take their girls because we're better than them at dancing. So that was the worst thing. The girls said, I'm not better than you. Not going with those fools that are better than you in dancing. I'm going with them. You guys suck. And so it was hard to go different places, but we had to go places and dance. I used to go to Florentine Gardens. I used to go to Melrose. I've been to a lot of places to dance. You know what I'm saying? Word on Wheels. I went to Word on Wheels in 83 before the movie Breaking came out. They had a contest, and I won the contest. Those guys, Unique Street Rock, that I told you about, they won and they lost.
Oh.
So I met them in Mexicali, Central California. They told me, don't go. And Diane, the girl, she went and she won. She made it to the finals. She beat them too, with the girl. And they said, come back in 2 weeks. You'll be in the finals. You'll be against 5 guys. And Baby New York is the one that won it. Won the whole battle. That's why he came out on Breaking.
Yeah.
But I didn't come back because I stayed over there in Mexicali. He said, don't go. You're going to lose. So I didn't come back. I said, okay, I'm not going to waste my time going back and lose. So I didn't go. But all the guys that won, they came out on Breaking. But I was in Mexicali, but I missed on the opportunity.
You could have been in Breaking.
If I would have came back and went to the contest because I was one of the 5 top winners and finalists.
I know Ice-T early on in the 80s, before Carmelo had Radiotron.
Yeah.
He had a club called Radio.
That was the same club.
It was the same club?
Yeah, it was the same
but
club.
it was at nighttime, I believe.
It was a nighttime, yeah.
And Carmelo was in the day.
Yeah.
Did you get to go to the show at nighttime?
I went to the Radio Club, Radio Tron Club, not the Radio Club. Radio Club was 21 and over.
Oh, okay.
And it was like how Hollywood does, cocaine, music. Madonna used to go there, and all rich people used to go. That was like New York. It's like New York's club. It's 354, like the big club like that. So everybody from LA used to. It's like going to the Hollywood Sunset and going to the big club. That's what that club was back then for them. Every star would go there and go party.
Gotcha.
Because the guy the owner was a Russian dude. He was going to sell it, but he let out Carmelo open and keep it open. And then he would have practice there every day. And on Saturdays he have an event.
So Ice-T was 21 and over at nighttime.
Yeah.
Carmelo was in the day youth center.
Yeah, it was youth center. Yeah.
How did you discover Radiotron with Carmelo?
One of my friends told me that there's a place they break in LA because it was already like dying out. And we went over there and we seen some guy spinning on his head with a helmet. And it was spinning his head. And some other guy spinning his head. We're like, that's pretty good. And it was Little Caesar on Orco.
Little Caesar and Orco?
Yeah, and it cost 50 cents to get in there to watch him break. I told Carmelo, I paid 50 cents to get in there. That's the best investment I ever made to learn how to dance, watching those guys. That was like 83.
So you had a friend back home.
It took me, because I didn't have a car, so he drove me over there.
And he's like, hey.
It was Angel.
Oh, Angel.
Because he had a Corvette, he probably had money, so he took it in the Corvette. Oh, let's go over there. Me and Tony A, we all went over there.
You, Tony A, and Angel.
We all went over there, and when it walked in, like, they were breaking, all kinds of dudes breaking. Oh, it's crazy. Go get him, Chuck. Get him, Mike. Go show him what's up. Show him what's up. I want with this stuff. You better show him what's up. Like, man, I just want to see these guys. Like they wanted me to go turn them out. Like, this is what we we could represent. Like, get out of here, fool.
What year was this?
This was like 82, 83.
And
late 83.
But for you, it was a phenomenal experience seeing somebody like spin like that, right?
Oh yeah.
You're just like, whoa.
Well, see the dude spin his head for like forever. Like, the hell you got on? I said, what do you got on the helmet? I thought he had a motor in the helmet. What the hell is he doing? Like, but he was just, he figured out the balance, you know what I'm saying? It was just practice, because I used to practice all every day too. And then I got good, and I said, man, I'm getting good because I practice all the time. So I know they used to practice. They used to live in the Radiotron. They'd be there 10 hours practicing, spinning the head all day. They're going to get good, you know what I'm saying?
I want to take a small rewind.
Uh-huh.
You discover breaking, you start meeting people around you that are doing it. You get influenced by some of the New York B-boys, right?
Yeah.
At what point does it go from I'm going to try this to now I'm fully dedicated and this is who I am, this is who I want to be?
When I made my crew, Floor Patrol from Wilmington, we used to date these girls that are flamenco dancers. Their mom used to do a lot of flamenco dance shows, and she said, you guys want to be part of our show? And they said, let's break with them at their shows. So we started going and doing shows with them, and we're like, oh, I like this, it's cool. And they said, we could pay you guys. Started paying us $25 each.
But back then, $25
that ain't that, but I was enough to buy a pair of Converse. So
Yeah.
we all bought the same Converse, so we have our own shoes. We're ready, and then next time we get a shirt, same thing.
Floor Patrol.
Yeah, Floor Patrol, yeah. In Spanish, it's about 3 de piso. They're still alive in Mexico right now. Mexicali, they're still alive right now.
And Floor Patrol, did that start in Wilmington?
Started in Wilmington. I took it to Mexicali, and then we went to Guadalajara, and the guys from Mexicali turned it in Spanish. About 3 de piso in Spanish is Floor Patrol.
And for a lot of people that don't know, you are recognized as one of the godfathers of breaking in Guadalajara, and they put out a book about you. And here's
About the history.
the history, and you're part of it.
Yeah.
Here's the book, guys. If somebody wants to get this book, where can they get it at?
They could look it up and go on this Guadalajara, and they could probably look it up and get it.
How is that for you? Like the feeling of like being one of the pioneers of bringing breaking to Guadalajara, Mexico.
Funny, because I used to tell everybody that I did, and they never believed me because they had no, back then we didn't take pictures, we didn't have video cameras, so we wouldn't take documentary what we did. I had a camera that I took the photo mat, and if you don't get it in 2 days, they throw it away. So all the pictures I had of Guadalajara, they threw it away.
Oh wow!
What you see inside there has my picture, the one you showed right there. That's the pictures in front of banning. It's inside there.
How did that go? How did that come about? Like
some guy from Mexico City interviewed me about breaking because they said, we know you were the first guy from Mexico want to interview about breaking because some other guy from Mexico City, old guy, he's like 59. He said, no, who I was. He said, this guy brought it over before I did, but he bought it from LA. So he said, you should call him. So he called me and interviewed me. And then he sent these guys the interview they put in the book. So he told me, hey man, the interview I did you, they put it in the book. And I said, oh, I didn't get a book. And I went to Guadalajara and I said, hey, I want a book. So the dude told me, I'll bring you one tomorrow. And he brought me a book.
That's
I bought one from my friend because my friend from Mexicali said, hey, well, I'm not in the book because they're from Mexico. They're more Mexican than I am. Like, I'm a border brother. I'm illegal, And they're like, oh, we don't got a book. You white boy, what do you're illegal over here and you got a book. And I bought them a book. So you got a book too for here? I bought them a book, gave them a book too. They're my homeboys, They're the ones that took me to Guadalajara in the 80s.
What's something that you could say about Guadalajara breaking movement that you feel the world should know?
Well, this place right here, it's a plaza. It's like we only got all the church, all the nice buildings, it's all historical monuments, and we used to go there and dance. Because we went there, we didn't know, but I had no family, nothing. So we went to La Plaza. We used to break there, just throw us money, and we were staying with this lady for a week because we didn't have nowhere to stay. We were supposed to go to Mexico City, but we stopped in Guadalajara with this guy we met on the train. We stayed with them for 2 weeks, and we started making money on the train, on the street dancing. And the guy started throwing us money. And we're making good money right here, man. We're not going to Mexico. We're going to stay here. And some man came and said, hey, man, you guys, I'm the director of the tourism of Guadalajara. I want you guys to come to my office tomorrow. We came, took us to 4 spots. He said, these guys break. What is breaking? What is that? Show them. And we started, bring them tomorrow, they're hired. So every place when we got hired. So I had like 5 jobs, in one day we had like 5 jobs.
And I mean, you guys had to communicate with them. So obviously you guys spoke Spanish to them.
Well, my friends speak Spanish and they're from Mexicali and they speak Spanish. I knew it was speak Spanish, but I don't speak it correct, like they do. But I learned it better. I living over there. I learned how to write it and read it when I lived over there,
Gotcha.
I started forgetting English. I was speaking so much Spanish before I saw how to talk English.
So prior to you guys, they didn't know what breaking was.
No, when they seen us in a parade, they were calling me menudo. They were calling us gays, fags, menudo, putos, all this crazy stuff because we were wearing red shirts. They didn't have Puma or nothing in Mexico yet at that time. So we were in a parade walking, and they're like, hey, you putos, fucking menudo guys. And what is that? I said, well, now menudo, we break dance. And he said, watch this. And he started going on the floor. Oh, that's good. What is that? They fought us a whole parade. And then the parade, those guys became the OGs from Guadalajara. Now they're the guys in the book too. They're the elastic break. They're in the book too.
Will Guadalajara see B-Boy Iceman out there anytime soon?
I went 2 years ago for the first time after 30 years. I thought I never would go back. And I went back and they gave me a book. And my old friends took me around and showed me all the new stuff. So it was cool. I want to go back again. I want to do all my documentary and to the place that I danced at. And, people I know and met, so because a lot of people are dying right now. So I want to get them before they die.
So they know who you are once you get down there.
Oh, they know now, yeah.
Yeah.
When the guy gave me the book, he gave me the book and he took it back. I said, "What days?" And now I'm gonna give it to him in front of everybody. So he called me in front of all the people in the b-boy event, and he said, "We got somebody right here that used to bring break in here. This guy you guys probably heard about. His name is Mike Rivera, Gran Mike Rivera, Iceman." And he gave me the book in front of everybody. He gave me a medallion.
Oh, so he did a whole
Yeah,
ceremony.
yeah. And all my crew came up, and these are Front Patrol guys. These guys were here in the '80s. These guys behind them are the OGs, but these guys showed these guys.
I even seen the jacket they made for you. They
Oh, yeah,
made
they
you an
made-
odd denim.
Yeah,
that,
old school jean jacket. Yeah,
oh,
from the
jean
80s,
jacket.
Yeah.
Floor-
Took me to 35 years to get that, man. What's up with that? You know, I think about the swap me a long time ago. It'd have been like a cheap one. They made it for me by hand, so it was cool. And they put you like LA on one side of the bridge and Mexico on the other side of the bridge, so it's like dope. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to get into this inspiring story that you shared with me, how you discovered the hip hop shop with Hex.
Oh yeah. When I came back from Guadalajara in '85 to the mom. I really ran away from home when I was like fucking 14.
Yeah.
People don't know that, but now you know my story. I ran away because I was mad at my mom, and I went to Ghost Town. It was over the bridge of Wilmington, and my friend had a family made Cali, and they had a auto body shop, and they had rooms. And we used to go. And I used to go, and I stayed there for 2 weeks, a month. Then my friends, let's go to Mexico City. So I went with them. They paid my way on the train. We went on the train to Mexico City, and we stayed there, Guadalajara for there, and I stayed there for like 2 years. And my mom, hey, your mom's looking for you. I had to call her. She said, "You better get your ass home. What are you doing over there for?" Like, because this neighbor. He was a rumor man. He said, "I have 20 kids. I broke my neck spinning on my head. I died." And I got home. I heard all the rumors. Like, man, I didn't die. I have like 8 kids. I got in an accident. I broke my neck spinning on my head in the street. Like, some dude killed me over there. Like, and I said, I never heard that rumor. Mom was hearing it because she was next door.
There's like 30 little Icemans running around.
She was hearing all the stories. And she's like, "Let me look for this fool, man. He might be dead, and I don't even know." So she called the guy in Mexicali, and he said, "Hey, tell Mike, mom, look for something." I called her. She get home. I went to Mexicali. She brought me home. The guy in Guadalajara said, "We got 1 month vacation. You better come back." We never went back to Guadalajara. That was '85. Because we were supposed to only leave for a month.
Yeah.
We used to dance every day at this club, make money every day, you know what I'm saying? And we never went back until 3 years ago, after
Gotcha.
'85.
How did you discover the hip hop shop?
When I came back, Breakin was already dead. It was funny. He was like,
In the West Coast?
Yeah, and nobody was dancing up when people were like, "That's dead, that's played out. Why are you still doing that?" I didn't care. I just liked it. It was my exercise. I didn't care about, lifting weights or doing, I like to break, so I used to do that to stay in shape. And then I got in jail. I went to jail in '89 for doing illegal stuff
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have been doing. And I went to jail. And when I was in jail, I started breaking.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to do no burpees or none of that, push-ups like everybody else, do praising workouts. And I started, one on the roof, I started breaking. And Lou said, it was like, "Hey, man, I ain't saying shit in a long time. Do that shit again." He was like, "That's good. That's dope." He was like, that's where the black guys, they were like tripping out. "Oh, that shit's cool." And I said, "Yeah, I break dance. I still do it." "You just don't do that. I thought shit was old." "Yeah, no, I still do it." And that was cool. Then when I got out, I met my friend Martin. He told me, "Hey, they're breaking in LA at Melrose called the Hip Hop Shop."
Mario Ibarra,
Mario Barro, yeah.
which is an artist.
An artist, yeah. He's my childhood friend that became an art teacher for colleges and teaches art. And he took me over there. He said, "There's a guy named Zulu Gremlin that was running the shop that he breaks." And he took me over there one time, and I went and I said, "Dang, they're breaking here." And there was like 3 or 4 guys breaking. Then I went next time, like 7 guys breaking. Then I met Caesar, all them guys. I met them all at the hip hop. I met Hex, and then he'd have a shop every Saturday and Sunday. We'd be there breaking all day long. People would be doing graffiti on the walls, all to the alleys. People be rapping there. Irish Science, all them guys. People be rapping there. It was like the hip hop thing, but they were bringing it back. But everybody would go there to go dance.
Was this like 1986?
It was like '89.
89.
'89 is when I got arrested. In 1991, I went to the hip hop shop.
So it's fair to say that at a point in the West Coast, b-boying was dying off,
Yeah.
like in the early 90s.
No, '86. They say it was already dead.
Oh, it was already dead.
Nobody was really doing it. If you went to a club, you try to break, guys would throw beer on the floor so you couldn't break.
So was it like the rebels that took over, like b-boying, or what took over those years when b-boying was pretty much dead?
Well, when b-boys stopped dancing, stopped doing it, people started freestyle dancing and house dancing. And a lot of guys that started getting into freestyle were old b-boys. So they would use some b-boy moves in the freestyle dancing. That's why they would be the best, because they had b-boy moves.
Oh,
But they would do like all leg swigs and twists and turns and shuffles and all kinds of stuff. But hands out, with overalls, with big boots.
like techno type thing?
No, techno was after that.
Okay. So freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle dancing. Yeah, that was in the '90s. And then b-boys started getting into freestyling. They started doing freestyle dancing. They started using that in breaking. They started breaking again. And then in the hip hop shop, we go over there and people were doing freestyle. In San Francisco, they got all the styles is freestyle. That's why a lot of guys in New York and they dance freestyle.
Gotcha.
They break, but they do that. The top rock is freestyle. It's not original top rock like New York. It's house dancing with the flavor of San Francisco, and then they do breaking with it.
Because when it comes to people, you got up rock, right?
Yeah.
You got up rock, and then
Up rock, top rock, they call it, battle rocking, It was really called the rock dance first. Before breaking, they used to only do rocking at the clubs, and comb their hair and stab the fool. To call me, tell the girls to call me, and it's just dancing. It was just a dance. And then they started going to the floor and started doing breaking, and they made it more, and then started calling it breaking.
So shout out to your childhood friend Mario Ibarra.
Yeah, he's the reason it took me to
the hip hop shop because he discovered Zulu Gremlin there.
Yeah.
And he tells you, hey man, we gotta go check this guy out.
There's a guy named Zulu Gremlin.
Yeah.
And the only thing I know about Gremlins was the movie Gremlins, them crazy ass teeth and turn water and they're gonna turn kill you. And I went over and there's a little fool he had on Pumas, purple pants, purple hat, a purple glove, and gold teeth. This fool's like baby New York with us. I'm going back and like against another fool. He's a straight b-boy. He used to dress like a b-boy every day. He don't mess around. He's always fresh. He had a toothbrush in his pocket to clean his Pumas, his shoes. You know what I'm saying? But I met him and I said, he's a b-boy like us. So we met him and I said, hey man, I'm gonna come here and dance. He said, okay. I met him. We started going there all the time. Mario would take me every Saturday to go over there. And he'd go look at the art and I go break. Then he'd come back 3 hours later looking at all the art down the whole 10 block alley all the way from Fairfax all the way to all the alleys where they're painting. And then he'd come back and we go home.
Oh, that's crazy. So like, all right, you go do your breaking and let me go do my art.
Yeah.
And we'll meet back here in 3 hours.
Yeah, 'cause one time we dropped me off and I said, where are you going? We went to the alley. Why are we going to the alley, fool? Because in the alleys there we used to paint. So we went to the 10 alleys and we got the last alley and it was hex shops right next to the last alley. And we walked out and the people were barely painting in the morning. So when we left, they were already done. So we'd go back and watch them. Like now they're done.
What part of LA was the hip hop shop at?
Melrose.
On Melrose.
Right on Melrose. Right across from Fairfax High School.
In your opinion, how important was the hip hop shop to early West Coast hip hop?
Well, hip hop shop is the one that brought breaking back to LA and made it live again. People started doing it again because they was dead at the time. There was like only 5 people that were doing it. We couldn't battle each other because there's only 5 of us.
Yeah,
I'm gonna battle him. He's the only one doing it now. He's the only one doing it. But we're all from like LA, Valley, Wilmington, Harbury. We're all different areas, but we used to stick together. They used to come to my house and break in my backyard.
I seen the video on YouTube.
Yeah. One time I came and they were there. What are you guys doing? Your mom said it was cool. Like, I don't know. You like my mom was cool because she didn't want to gangbang. She said, you can dance in my yard. Go ahead. Dance. Go in the back and dance.
Yeah.
And my son's gonna be in the backyard dancing with you, so he's not going nowhere. I'm cool. I'm happy.
Who was in that video? I know Hex was in the video.
Hex in the video. Zulu Gremlin, Easy Rock, Reg, Chuco, Willpower. That's just sometimes. Sometimes I had like 50 guys over there. I don't even know who they were. They come like, we're having a session. They're telling, I don't know who you are, and they just come. We let them just dance.
So there were some serious hip hop sessions going down in Wilmington.
Yeah. This was a Wilmington. Like Iceman, remember that guy that came? Because Easy Rock is the guy that came in on White Chicks. This guy was doing the breakdancing with the girls. He was the snub level.
Oh wow.
He's the one who's doing. Remember the girl?
Oh, they're battling. Yeah,
that's him. That's Easy Rock.
Okay, gotcha.
The white guy. That's him. Yeah.
Oh,
he was that. He's been in a couple of movies. He did Scary Movie 5. He was guy spinning his head with a wheelchair. That's him too. He's in a lot of movies. I hurt my shoulder in '94, so I wasn't really doing a lot of stuff. But he got a lot of audition in Hollywood. Started doing Hollywood stuff. But really good with all that stuff.
So is it fair to say that you were among the very first at the hip hop shop?
Yeah, I was there when it started coming back.
Okay.
With all the guys that were coming back to do it, like Caesar came back. Caesar wasn't doing it. He came back. He was wearing white pants with house shoes.
Oh wow.
And go-go boots. He wasn't a b-boy, but then he started to come back. So he wanted to break again. So he had to put that away and started to come back with Adidas and Pumas and wanted to start breaking again. And then he went and found a guy named Orko. Used to be one of the baddest dudes in the '80s. Because he wanted us because I got in Rock City at that time. '92, I got in Rock City crew, West Coast.
West Coast Rock City
crew, yeah, because they made a West Coast chapter. They came, Crazy Legs and them came to LA and they made a West Coast chapter so they can come down and have a place to come and dance. We could all kick it together. He made a San Diego chapter, LA chapter, and San Francisco chapter, and then even a Hawaii chapter.
To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, he had auditions for Rock Steady crew at the hip hop shop?
Yeah. They shut it, and I have the picture, and it says Rock Steady only, meeting only. And it's closed, and I have the picture where it says that.
So he had auditions
we had a trial to be in it. Okay. And Hex made the sweaters.
Oh, wow.
Hex made us a sweater. It said, Lovely Milk and a Friend. On the back, it said, Rock Steady Crew, West Coast. But my aunt took mine, and she tore it up,
Nah.
I didn't take care of it. I didn't think about taking care of it, but she used to wear it like, it was like, it was hers.
Yeah.
And she didn't care about it, so she tore it up. But I know guys still got theirs, and it says West Coast on the back, and it says Rock Steady, and then it says Lovely Milk and a Friend. Hex made them.
It's crazy, like someone you already knew of and kind of like acknowledged.
I know from a Beach Street.
Okay.
I saw him on Beach Street. I saw him on he was on Flashdance. He's the girl that did the flip and did the backspin. That's Crazy Legs. He shaved his mustache and shaved his legs.
Ah, gotcha.
People didn't know that. And everybody's called that move the flash dance man, but it was called half a windmill. He's the one that made that up. That's why he says he's the one that made up windmills, because he did half a spin and did his backspin from like a kick.
How did Crazy Legs end up in the West Coast? Like, what made him want to start a chapter down here?
Somebody told me he was living over here for a while. He was going to college out here.
Okay.
And working, but he was no more breaking, so he was like undercover. And they didn't know he was Crazy Legs because he was in LA. In New York they knew he was because he lived in the Bronx, but in LA, it's a big. LA's big.
Yeah.
They don't know you if you don't know he's a b-boy. You're not into that scene. You don't know. But then he started coming to the hip hop shop and started hanging around with Gremlin and all them, and they all connected. And they wanted to say, let's make a West Coast Rocksteady crew chapter, and they will make a San Diego chapter, and then they'll make a Hawaii chapter, all kinds of chapters. We can go around and dance with everybody, and they kept it alive like that. So from LA became San Diego, and then it came San Francisco, then Hawaii, then Japan. Now there's all kinds of chapters. And I had a book with everybody's name in, like from Japan. If you go to Japan here, Iceman, call this guy. He'll put you Rocksteady family.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost that book too.
Do you remember who auditioned at the hip hop shop to be West Coast Rocksteady?
Yeah.
It was you.
It was me, Easy Rock, Rec. Got the card over there. I got the card over there. It's in my bag. The card I showed you with the names on the back.
Yeah.
There's all the guys that auditioned there. I didn't put the number on there. But it ain't the same number because it was like 35 years ago. But I see the card that has the names on the back and has the numbers, but it was all guys that I made them sign the card. They gave me a card. They said, here, you're Rocksteady, Iceman. You're professional. No more battles. That's what he tried to tell me, because he said, we're a professional crew. You can't get no battles because we're professional. We get paid to dance now. So
Yeah.
he didn't want nobody going out there. You had to get paid to dance because you're professional.
So it was you, Zulu, Gremlin,
Reg, Easy Rock.
Easy Rock.
Yeah.
And this was in
And 92.
92.
Yeah, we were the West Coast Rocksteady crew.
So aside of having the opportunity to have a number to call worldwide, being part of Rocksteady,
Yeah.
what other value did being part of Rocksteady West Coast bring to you at that time?
To me, it was just like playing for the Lakers.
Ah, I got you.
It's like it's the best crew you ever seen in your life, and you I could be in that crew. Like, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But then I started realizing later, they're just down for themselves. They're not down for us. They want us to push the name and us do all the work, and they get all the credit.
Gotcha.
Because I would tell some people from Rocksteady crew, hey, this guy's coming down from Spain. They say, battle him, Iceman. And I said, well, I got to battle him. He's cool with me. And if I battle him and I win, Rocksteady wins. But if I lose, Iceman lost.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, I ain't going to do that for you, man. And you ain't setting me up to be like, if I won, we all won.
Yeah.
But now if I lose, Iceman lost. But if we win, Rocksteady won. Nah, get out of here, man. I ain't doing that for you. You know what I'm saying? So after 94, I heard my show. I stopped claiming Rocksteady crew, and I went back to my original crew, Fur Patrol.
But you were still claiming both? It was just strictly Rocksteady when you were with Rocksteady?
West Coast, yeah.
Okay.
We did a couple shows with them at the amphitheater in Irvine, and we did a couple shows, auditions,
And you got to travel too.
Yeah, I went to New York, but I paid my own ticket, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You went to New York, Japan,
Hawaii, Miami.
and all for b-boying.
Yeah, all for people. Yeah,
That's dope, man.
yeah. And I judge a lot too, so that's when you gotta go. When they call you and say, "Hey, you want to judge?" And I say, "Yeah." They said, "We can pay you this. You can pay me this for sitting in the chair, have the best seat in the house, watching the break, and you're gonna pay me and then dudes gonna give me clothes to wear to be up there on the seat so they can. Hey, he's wearing my stuff, and then I get free clothes. I'm down. Hook it up."
Talking about judging, what is your personal take on the Olympics? That girl that won the I think she won the first break-in medal or something.
Yeah, she didn't win the medal. She just was the first girl that messed it up for everybody. she rigged it. That's some breaking went downhill. Even Crazy Legs was like, man, don't call me about her. I don't know her. She's not part of our culture. She's a ballroom dancer, and her husband was a judge on the Olympics because she made her own Australian team, and she won, so she got to go to the Olympics and represent Australia because her husband was a judge.
Yeah,
so it was fixed. Because there's kids that could beat her in Australia, kill her, but they let her go and she went. And
when I seen the judges at the Olympics, I was surprised.
Yeah,
because I was expecting
everything they did. They got her for listening to people and they were writing notes down. That girl, she had her own group, and she would go talk to Gremlin, Asia One, all the people that know about hip hop, and write everything they were saying down and put it in a thing and show it to the people. Hey, this is how it should be judged, because they were telling her. Mm-hmm. And then she put it on paper, and then she put her organization.
So it was rigged from the jump.
Yeah. And then and she messed it up because now we're not having it no more in the Olympics. Messed up, you know what I'm saying? But in 2028, I told the homeboys in LA, we're going to go to all the events and we're going to go out there and dance. We don't care about being on stage. We'll do because this is what we do. We'll take it back to the old days, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's go dance. And they want to talk to us like, oh, these guys are great. Yeah. So we ain't going to do it because you want to put it on stage. We'll do it because we like to do it.
Gotcha. It's for the passion.
We're LA, and this is our heritage. You should have poppers out here popping because in '84 the NC Summers Olympics was breaking and popping, and so they should have it in LA again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it sucks to see that it came to an end, but what can you tell me about one of the most iconic B-Boy events, B-Boy Summit?
B-Boy Summit.
Did you go to the first one
Yeah, I went to the first one.
in San Diego?
The first one, I got a letter in the mail, and I opened it up. Like it had like 5 papers. And it was like I was reading it like, I didn't graduate, so I didn't know how to read what I'm reading. What the hell? It had like 5 different letters, and and it said this, who's gonna be there, and all this, Zulu Nation, and all this stuff, and so you're cordially invited. I got it over there. It's right there in my bag.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll come. And then they came from San Diego. They picked me up and took me back to San Diego for 3 days, and then they brought me back. I was living in Oceanside at the time.
But you already knew Asia and them at the time?
I knew Easy Rock. I didn't know Asia. Asia came from Denver.
Okay, she came from Denver.
She came from Denver. She was a visitor at that time when he was doing it.
Also, Easy Rock was
Easy was one of the guys who was doing it first.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's why when he stopped doing it, no more B-boys would come from France or Germany or Russia because he wasn't involved no more. So a lot of dope B-boys wouldn't come out no more.
They were coming for him.
And now if people would come, you need to pay me. But when he come, they come for him because they're his homeboys.
Gotcha.
But now when they come from now, you need to pay me to go. I'm going, they should pay me. So that's why it kind of like, But I went to that first one and it was cool. It was free. It was free for everybody outside. All the homeless guys in the park got to eat for free. They fed everybody. You know what I'm saying? They gave them hamburgers, hot dogs. All the stars go there and learn, watch the people dance, and they get their guy. Go get that fool. I want him to teach me. Go get him. Get his name. Get his number. Give him a card. Tell him I'm gonna call him. And people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I only took a picture of Chris Brown because my student said he's the best dancer on the road. I said no, he isn't. He learned from my guys. No, he doesn't. And they didn't believe me because I'm a street dancer. Like, I'm not famous like him. I said yes, he learned from my friends. No, he doesn't. So I took a picture. I said, look, I'm gonna give you this picture. Look. Oh, you met him? I said no, I didn't meet him. He met me. my friend, the guy that brought me to him was my friend. They brought him to me. Said this is Iceman. He's from Homeland. He's a break dancer. He's a b-boy because he learned how to dance at Homeland. He was actually teaching him how to pop and do waves. So he was working with Chris Brown.
So a lot of famous people would just go to B-Boy Summit to kind of see what they could
copy. They're biters. They're biters, but they're people with money, so you can't call them biter because they'll sue you. What you can do to them? They'll take you and say, "Oh, you can't say that about me." You know what I'm saying? Because they could pay.
Gotcha, man. I hope to see the B-Boy Summit come back one day. I mean, I went to the last one they hosted in LA.
Yeah. I
mean, it's definitely something that's needed. I mean, shout out to Cross. I know he has the freestyle session.
Yeah, he does it every year. He brought it from San Diego to LA. He used to be only in San Diego, and he does it all over the world. He does it in Hawaii. He does it in Japan. He does it all over too.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to sit down with him. Shout out to Cross. If you guys want to hear the freestyle session, make sure to check out our episode with him.
Yeah, that's a good interview. I saw it. It was a good interview. Yeah.
Last question I got for you, man, before we get on out of here. Why was it important for you to start teaching, and why Homeland?
Well, I went to Homeland to go break, and I was teaching some little kids, just showing them some moves. And the lady seen me, and some dude came up to me. He goes, "Hey, I know you, man. You used to break with me in the '80s," and I didn't really recognize because it's been like 20 years. He said, "Man, you backed me up in alley one time. You served 3 dudes, and they were trying to battle me, and you beat them all by Washington Junior High School." And I said, "I don't remember that, but it's a good story. Keep telling it, because kids are like, you remember that Iceman?" I said, "I don't remember, but you know him. If he's telling you, he was a b-boy. His name was Ajax." So, he said, "Iceman, the lady wants to talk to you." And then she said, "Come here. You want a job teaching these kids here?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, how much you charge?" And I said, "Well, I'll charge you this." You know what I'm saying? And she said, since '99, she hired me, and I've been there ever since.
Since 1999.
Yeah. And then she retired, and I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? And she's the one who had the graffiti going on outside. She had everything going on, hip hop. She was really good girl. But they wanted her to quit for a long time because they didn't like her because she was doing everything they didn't want to do. But she knew it was good for the kids, and it was good for 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
For yourself, brother, for Iceman, what is the pleasure that you get from seeing these kids growing up and learn from you how to b-boy, and you were the teacher?
Well, these kids that are dance, if they're not gonna do it their whole life, I tell them just do it. Meanwhile, just to learn stuff, and because there's lots of stuff you learn from dancing that you can use in your life skills. And I see kids later on in life and like, "You should teach me." And I said, "I don't even know you, man." Dude's real big and buff, like you got the tie. He's working. "What do you do?" I sell real estate." "Oh, you real estate? Oh man, I remember you were a little kid. I knew you were gonna be that." And he drive a nice car. I said, "See, look, you're doing good, bro. I'm proud of you. I can talk about you because you're doing good." You know what I'm saying? Or say, "I want to be a teacher." Don't be a teacher. Come back and own the place and come with a suit and then be the teacher.
Gotcha.
So I said, don't be like me. Be better than me. I help the kids out.
For anybody out there that will listen to this, Homeland is a youth center in Long Beach on Anaheim. MacArthur Park. Yeah. Which they have a lot of cultural stuff, including breaking. They could learn from you there if they want
And
to.
it's free
And it's free classes with B-Boy Iceman. When can they go up there if they want to learn?
every Monday night,
From
6
6,
to 10 o'clock.
every Monday night from 6 to 10 o'clock. If you want to teach your child,
Beginners,
if you
6
want to learn
years
how to
old, whatever.
B-Boy, it's a free class. Come out. I go frequently. It's super fun. And if you have a kid that, want to teach them, they will learn there.
Or get them tired. A lot of people bring their kids and drop them off to me. Like I'm a babysitter and let them get them tired. Iceman, it's okay. When you come back, they'll be tired. They'll ready to go to sleep. And they, thank you. And I said, yeah, I know you want to get them tired because they probably get you at home and don't go to sleep till like 12 o'clock. They're tired of going to sleep,
What is something that you want the B-Boy community to always remember and recognize B-Boy Iceman for?
For just helping the youth and doing good in the community, so giving back, what I'm saying, without wanting anything back, what I'm saying, because I've been blessed with a lot of stuff I never thought I would be able to do. We travel the world, get free clothes, free shoes, fly to other countries and, get stuff for free, what I'm saying, without having to pay,
Gotcha.
so to me, it's, people think, oh, you're lucky. I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. I tell the kids, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. And you can be blessed too, as long as you're not looking for it and you won't do it because you love it, it'll come to you too. So don't look for it. If you look for it, it'll come to you.
Gotcha.
So you just do it because you love it, and you'll be blessed. And
One thing I admire,
always be humble because there's somebody better than you somewhere. So don't think you're the best either.
one thing I admire about you, brother, is like you don't care about fame. You do this because you love to do it.
And that's why I got little fame, because I didn't care about that. But people that want fame don't get fame, and they get mad and they're haters and they hate you because they couldn't get it because they're looking for it.
Yeah.
They try too hard to get it. And if you do want it, it's not going to come to you. It'll come to you if you don't look for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that fine girl, you're not looking for it, but she came to you because you want to talk to you because you're not looking for her.
Gotcha.
Same thing, you know what I'm saying? If you love it, it'll come back and it'll love you back,
Man, we have a OG in the house. Is there anything you want to say to the camera or anybody you want to give a shout
I
out
just
to?
want to say thank you, bro, for having me. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? Every time I get interviewed or I get to do something like this, it's an honor for me. I go home and I write it down, you know what I'm saying? Because, this is stuff I never thought I would be doing, you know what I'm saying? Interviews, judging, flying other places to judge kids, battling, teaching kids. I'm living a dream, really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm happy, just always be happy with what you got and be humble. And, if you like breaking, do it, because every kid's good at something. You got to find what they're good at. So kids who go to the park, they're not good at basketball. They want to break, so they come and break with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then from breaking, they don't want to be breakers. They become DJs or become graffiti artists because all that's the element. So they become something out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can stay around me long enough, you'll become something in the culture. Because I know kids used to break, but now they're DJs or the artists like Mario. He's an artist. Or they become like promoters of parties. They know all the stuff and they become something. You know what I'm saying? So they stick around me long enough, they'll become something in the culture, and they can live in that and live their life like.
Anybody else you want to give a shout out to out there? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just shout out to you and the guys with this venue right here for letting us come and do this.
Much love, man. Much love.
This Saturday is an event at Venice Beach. The Venice Beach Takeover 8. It's for all the poppers and lockers. It's free. It's at Venice Beach, 2 to 7. You just come and see the people out there dancing like the 80s out on the beach. You get some old guys, some young guys, some moms, some dads. It's free. So bring a chair, bring a little cooler with some soda, water. You can just chill out and watch everybody dance on the beach like the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up, man. Pull up. Come have a good time. I want to give a shout out to all of you guys who keep to support the channel. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Also, make sure to check out gotnocontrol.com. Check out our official merchandise. We also have our new era fitted cap produced by the best in the game. New era. It's a limited edition, so make sure you grab yours today. And also, become a member on our YouTube channel for as low as $3.99 a month. Take advantage of all the special features. Receive monthly packages, sticker packs, social media conversations, and much more. So make sure to check that out and take advantage of it. I'm RONEK. Till next time, guys. Peace.